Okay, you know, as they say in Texas, everything's bigger in Texas, and we're not basic here. When we win, we got to win in ways that the entire world knows that we win. Of course, we're talking about, remember Jordan's walk-off home run, right? And then you go to Saturday and a chance to sweep the ALCS, and what do we do? Or the ALDS, what do? We go into 18 innings, because why not?
It gives me anxiety just reliving this moment. And that was also the night of Lauren's wedding.
Yes.
And we couldn't believe the game was still going on and on and on.
It was awesome. Of course, you know, as we need to see, well, this is what was happening at the wedding. That's Orlando, Brandon. That's our table. Heather, Chance, her husband, Heather, our producer. This was a normal scene happening at the wedding. People were at the bar before the wedding to just, is it still 0-0? But, you know, as it ticked on, that's where we saw Pena's home run and the celebration there at the end for us to sweep the Seattle Mariners. Historic, long-lasting postseason game, of course, was Saturday night. It is not the longest in history. It's one of, but it's not the longest. I think the longest one was 32 innings. Record. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost certain because we were talking about it this weekend.
Can you imagine how drunk people are at the end of those games?
Well, it's like 3 days later. Is this still the same game? I know. But it's basically 2 games in one. But that's, again, that's how we do it here. We do it so people understand and take notice.
Well, and it feels so good. It's so well deserved. I always hate seeing the other team lose, but not really. Not as much as I like winning.
Why?
It's a good time. And just for the record, too, we were paying attention to Lauren's wedding. There were just a few people checking in on the game here and there on the phones.
Yes, I mean, but it was fun. Of course, the next game to begin the ALCS is Wednesday at Minute Maid Park. We, again, will be live from Minute Maid Park during Houston Live, which will be awesome. We don't know yet who we're playing. That will be determined tonight.
Do you have a pick?
I mean,
you're not going to even say the names.
I'm not going to say the names, but
I know who you don't want them to be.
I would love for the Yankees just to go home.
Wouldn't that
it would be great. You know, but I'd also like to face them again and win. Like, there's just nothing better. But the fans are so rude in New York. Like, they're just nasty to the Astros.
They are. They are. We've been the underdogs for a while, but you know what? Hate us all you want, right? We're going to take it this year. I know.
Y'all still mad?
Y'all still mad? Those are some good shorts. Okay, so we've got to show you some video from Lauren Kelly's wedding. Talking about a beautiful bride.
Oh, my gosh.
Lauren Kelly and Gabriel. So their relationship, of course, played out over the radio airwaves here in Houston. I swear all of Houston was cheering for them when they got together, when they got engaged. And just to be in this room, I got to tell you, there was so much love there. To know Lauren Kelly is to love Lauren Kelly. We are so lucky to have her as part of our family. We are
so lucky. She's such a great, pivotal part of our team. We were also talking about this, how hospitable she was. She's the bride, the focus of attention. But man, she went around to every single guest. She made sure people were on the dance floor. Are you having fun? She took pictures with everyone. I mean, she really had the time of her life at her own wedding. And as you should, right?
Yeah, and it was so fun chatting with Lauren's friends and neighbors, many of whom have known her since she was just a toddler. Oh, here you are.
I find anybody to dance with.
You found your people. You found your littles. Yeah, we had a good time on the dance floor.
It was so much fun.
Brandon showed me moves I didn't even know he could do. But
DJ Riddler spinning. It was awesome.
It was a great time. And again, I mean, we can't say it enough. People ask us about the show all the time. Yes, Lauren Kelly is just as incredible as in real life as she is on television. And hearing from her friends and family and the people who have known her for decades, she has a heart of gold. And I loved telling people stories about Lauren that they didn't know, about how when we finally lured her away from her more than a decade-long radio career. That's Luis, by the way, viewer. He's been married to his wife for over 40 years.
That's
Hi, Luis.
Incredible. Hi, Luis.
Glad you watched the show. And when Lauren came...
Makes a great martini, by the way.
Oh, really? I wouldn't know.
Why, you didn't drink it so fast you didn't taste it?
No, it was delicious, Luis. It was very good. But Lauren Kelly, when she left radio, talk about a natural talent. I remember the first day, you remember this.
I do.
It was her first live shot ever. And your first time doing live television, for most people, let's just say it doesn't go flawlessly.
No, it doesn't. And there's this level of anxiety and nervousness because you are you know, the gates are open and you're ready to go on this platform for anybody.
Yeah, and oftentimes when we're doing a live shot, we'll dial into, our earpiece is connected to our phone. That's our lifeline back to work. So Lauren Kelly was jumping around doing this exercise. Her phone flew across the room.
Disconnected.
So she was disconnected. She couldn't hear anything. But viewers at home never would have known. It was a perfectly flawless live shot, and that's just who she is. Natural talent through and through, and we can't say it enough.
I don't know if you noticed her hair accessories.
I did.
She had these beautiful rhinestone clips in her hair, and it said Mrs.
Salcedo.
Yeah, it had her name. At first I thought, wait a minute, am I remembering this correctly? Except then I thought maybe it was Lauren and Gabe. It was such a beautiful add-on. And what you also didn't see, she wore these beautiful rhinestone sneakers the entire day.
I gave her a rhinestone beret that's a Derek and Courtney, but
she opted. I think that was before she walked down the aisle.
Hey, by the way, what you doing at the courthouse? Big shout out to our very own Sarah Pepper. We love Sarah so much. She was the officiant at the wedding, and she did just a lovely, lovely job. And Sarah's daughter is now 3.5 years old. Can you believe?
I know. I cannot believe that, baby Parker. And then Lauren's parents, it was so lovely to chat with them and to just ooh and ah over their 4th daughter getting married. All the daughters have gotten married at the Omni. That's where the wedding was. And it was just kind of the beautiful icing on the cake. They threw a lovely party.
Well, and Mark and Marlene and I had a lot to discuss, including his time on Wheel of Fortune, where he won two cars. In case you missed that. I'm obsessed with this story. It's so weird. He sent me the whole half-hour episode. And one of the cars he won was a Wagoneer with the wood panels on the side.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Custom.
And he showed us some really fun photos of old school Lauren Kelly when she was just a little one. Oh, there she is.
Well, this is my favorite.
Wow,
the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube photo. That's what it reminds me of.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Stuff.
Lauren,
Congrats,
we love
Lauren.
you.
We love you.
Yeah, Gabe, we love you too.